Good morning. This is Aline. I know you haven't heard from me in a while, but it's not for lack of trying. My new laptop that I purchased in May decided to die. So I had to get a new one, and as a consequence, I couldn't upload or edit the video that I took last week of the deck garden. But I will. I am in the east garden because it's just where I happen to be right now. So we just got finished watering. This is the TP of Scarlet Runner beans, and as you can see, it's probably not tall enough since it's coming back down again. Not as many beans as I would like. They probably because it didn't get enough water. So we have watered extensively the last few days. Hopefully the bean production will pick up. They're quite good. We like them a lot. So the wedding veil is gone. The last cabbage came out. This is the cauliflower is quite large and luscious, but it hasn't produced any seed blooms yet. So the onions are doing okay. Hopefully they actually are making onions. Some of our onions are, not all. This space that's been cleared has actually been planted. I planted more of the dwarf blue corn. So hopefully that will sprout very soon. I managed to finally cut back the oregano. It was a task. There's still too much of it, but now at least the rosemary can get some sun. The asparagus bed is doing very well. Most of the asparagus crowns have put off additional sprouts and are still in the process of doing so. If we can get down here and see that. But that's a new one that's just coming up. So, and here's another one that's just coming, another two that are just coming up. So, anyway, that's what we have there. This volunteer tomato is going to be producing a lot. It's just full of tomatoes, and they are the paste type from their size, so I'm guessing that they're Romas. I took out the peas and planted cucumbers, which have not yet sprouted. There's a small volunteer tomato. I'm just going to leave it and see what happens. Probably nothing. This volunteer tomato, I mean, that's a typical Roma profile, but it's not got that long stem of fruit like the other one. So we'll see, probably a cross of some kind, but it's got a lot of flowers, and this helps it pollinate the flowers. Just give it a little shake. This is the artichoke bed. As you can see, this artichoke, something happened to it and it died back, but it's coming back again. That one is doing great. This borage is doing really well. It looks spectacular. When I planted those two artichokes, I planted a third one and it didn't come up. And it didn't come up. And I waited a month after those had sprouted and it still hadn't come up. So I planted cosmos here. And now the artichoke finally decided to join us. I guess it'll be okay in there with the flowers. It should be. We'll see what happens. I planted an okra. Ignore this sign, it's for something else. I just stuck that in there to show where I planted it. I don't like okra, but the properties of okra are supposed to be really good for you, so I'm gonna give it a try. And as a raw vegetable, you know, picking it when it's very young and eating it raw and seeing if that's better than eating it stewed, which is how I grew up eating it. And I know there's also frying, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll love it. Who knows? And here we are at the brassica bed. Some of the bottom leaves of the broccoli are dying off, and I guess I should pull those. But the rest of the plant look fabulous, and I honestly think this big one is gonna be putting off of a flower soon. At least that's my hope. This the kale looks great. Could be bigger, I suppose, but it's big enough for me. When this bed is done later this year, I'm going to put more dirt in it because the foundation in this bed is all sticks, and clearly after planting in it, everything is settled, so it needs to come up at least another 4 inches. So the first thing I'm going to do when I get ready for my fall garden is add more dirt to this bed. But as you can see, I've also been adding more compost. That's the peas that I pulled out. Figured I might as well just go ahead and put them in and let them compost down in a controlled manner. The fig tree seems to be doing just fine, although it's more of a fig bush. My hope is just to get it well established so that next year we'll have fruit. This one is not doing quite so well. It dropped some leaves when we first planted it, but I mean, it's doing okay. I think it'll be fine. We're working hard to keep them watered, and that's all of the garden. This is kind of short, so I'm going to add a little bit extra. This is a flower bed that I put in right at the front of my yard. It's a New England Arbors kit that I got from Costco. It was one of those 2 4x4 kits, but you can stretch it out and make it into a 12x4. So I like it. I'm actually thinking about getting another one because I'm so happy with that. This is a Tithonia, or Mexican sunflower. Stephanie Hughes gave me the seedling. And it's beautiful and the pollinators love it. That's rue. This is one of my favorite lantanas. There's a calla lily that I bought this year. It was blooming when I bought it, so as soon as it stopped blooming, I put it in the ground. Hopefully it'll come back again next year. I think that one is pink. There's another one that's yellow, and I don't remember which is which offhand. That I'm going to have to type it in because I don't remember the name of it. It's also something that Stephanie Hughes gave me. There's multiple of those plants in this bed. This is a moon vine. It has bloomed once, also from Stephanie. She grows lots of flowers. I grow lots of vegetables. It's already, I think, I just love the way it's climbed on this trellis. Okay, lavender, stevia, and more of the thing I can't remember. This is spurge, which is also euphorbia. That's the other name for it. I got it at Merrifield Garden Center. I think it's just the coolest thing. Lantana, the other calla lily, Persian shield, which is one of Tierney's favorites, which is why I got that for her, and some echinacea, also from Stephanie. I planted some echinacea seeds in the back that are a different color. Hopefully they will germinate soon. And I've also planted some zinnia seeds out here that I'm kind of surprised haven't germinated yet. That is blue sea holly. There's another one on the other end by the gazing ball. And I have not had much success growing those in the past, so hopefully these two will grow. Anyway, I thought you might like to see that I'm not just growing vegetables, I'm also growing pretty things. This is out by the street in front of my house. Yes, I know there's a bow in the bed. We're not engineers. So that's it for this morning. There's so much going on in the garden right now. I'm picking every day, and things are growing and blooming and putting on fruit, and there'll be more updates soon now that I have a working computer again. Thanks for watching.